Hey guys, back again for the Week 18 finale episode. End of an era in Green Bay. End of an era.
Yeah, yep.
The Detroit Lions walk into Lambeau and defeat the Green Bay Packers by a score of 20-16. And the Packers have been eliminated from playoff contention, which is something that I never thought I would hear.
Yep. I never thought I'd hear it either.
It's time for the Jordan Love era to begin.
Yep.
Even the Rodgers hasn't officially announced that he will be retiring, but it's
Packer
speculated.
fans have the Packer fans have the feeling that this it's over.
Yeah,
His career is
it's
done.
you had to understand like you had to have thought like the way that the Packers were moving the ball throughout the entire game. That was just I thought we were moving it pretty well. That last touchdown that the Packers scored to put them up, it
Yeah, that
it's a hard
Lazard touch and catch.
that Lazard touchdown catch, and I thought like, yeah, that this is over. But the Lions moved down the field and just absolutely creamed the Packers on that
We just
ensuing.
couldn't stop the run like we could like we just couldn't stop the run at all.
Yeah, I know I come on this podcast being as upbeat as I normally am. Even though my Jacksonville Jaguars made the playoffs, I took a personal hit because of this loss by the hands of the Lions because my home state team, the Green Bay Packers, have officially been eliminated from playoff contention.
And it's the first time we missed the playoffs under LaFleur.
And the first time we finished with a losing record under LaFleur.
Yep.
Let's just talk about where do the Packers go from here.
I think it's Love's time. We yeah, pretty much it's Love's time, and it's time we gotta draft some more. We gotta draft at least one wide receiver in the draft, at least
Well, at
another
least
one.
in all fairness, I think the Packers drafted a very good stud in Christian Watson.
Yeah,
There is no doubt about that. Christian Watson helped carry this team to the position, winning four straight. What was it? Yeah, four straight to get into this game, and the Lions just came to play, and they absolutely trounced the Packers when it mattered the most.
because all the Lions were doing is playing spoiler because their playoff hopes were dashed
With a
before they.
Seattle win, that pushed the Lions out of the out of the playoff out of the playoffs. But for me, it hits a lot. Hits home.
It hits harder than ever.
And keep in mind, as a Jaguar fan, I'm used to losing. I am used to losing because we've had numerous losing seasons the past decade plus, except for that one season in 2017. But the way that the Packers approached that final drive, why in the hell would you? It was what was it? Second and 10 or first and 10?
Something like that.
Why in God's green earth would you just throw the ball away? Throw it into the direction of somebody that was closer. Rodgers is
That's
the
what
one that cost.
that's what I would have done.
Yeah, just throw the ball away. Rodgers tried
Either
to do too
throw
much
it away or throw it in the direction of the receiver at his feet.
to avoid a intentional
Uh,
grounding call.
yeah,
In your opinion, where do the Packers go from here? Do they draft a receiver in the first round, or do they address the defense like they have been the past couple seasons?
I see us drafting wide receiver. Our defense played pretty well,
Except for that
except
bonehead Quay Walker penalty, pushing a training staff of the Lions. Why would you make a boneheaded play like that?
Yeah, that was bonehead. The bonehead play of the week.
Bonehead play of the week. I like that. But as we said, Packers have officially been eliminated. Let's go over to what happened last night on a more positive note. The Jacksonville Jaguars, for the first time since 2005, swept the Tennessee Titans and defeated the Titans by a score of 20-13.
It's 20-16.
No, same score as tonight.
How ironic is that?
How ironic is that? Both teams that made the playoffs last season were both knocked out of the playoffs by a team that missed the playoffs last season.
And for the first time, the team that drafted had the number 1 overall pick in the previous NFL draft goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's going to be one hell of a dogfight for the AFC as we take a look at the AFC playoff picture. So I'm going to move you, Andrew. I'm going to move you. Pop out. Throw you over here. So I'm going to go like this. Share my screen. There's this one. So the playoff picture with the Packers being eliminated as it stands right now, your number 1 seed in the AFC is the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 Buffalo Bills, 3 Cincinnati Bengals, 4 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Los Angeles Chargers have the 5 seed, the Ravens have the 6 seed, and the Dolphins creep their way back into the playoffs with a win. It's so unfortunate that the Packers missed out. So let's take a look at the actual playoff picture. Like, who would face who? No, that's not. Gut-wrenching loss for the Packers, though, you have to admit. That was a gut-wrenching loss. Playoff machine. So here we go. The Philadelphia Eagles secure the number 1 seed in the NFC, and they have a 14-3 record finishing the regular season. 2 seed on the NFC side of things would be the San Francisco 49ers, the Minnesota Vikings at a 13-4 record at the 3 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unlikely division winner, is at the 4 seed. The Seattle Seahawks are at the 7 seed, while the Giants are at 6, and Dallas is at 5. 3 out of the 4 teams in the NFC East have made the playoffs, and on the AFC side of things, as I said before, but let's go through these games and do our predictions, and I'm going to boot up my Xbox Series S, and we are going to do something a little bit different in this episode. All right. It's absolutely heartbreaking in every sense of the word.
Yep.
Like I'm honestly still in disbelief. All right. It is time. something that I've wanted to do since we started this podcast. Let's go to Xbox. I really wanted to say Victory Sunday night for both the Jaguars and the Packers, but the Packers sadly could not beat up little brother like they normally do, and the Jaguars are and Packers taking two completely different directions. The Jaguars have found their next franchise quarterback, while the Packers don't know what they have in Jordan Love. Volume control. Let's do 17. So as it stands right now, Andrew, who would be playing first on Super Wildcard Weekend?
49ers and Seahawks.
All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go through each of the games and each of the rounds, and we're going to let Madden pick our Super Bowl winner. So it's the San Francisco 49ers hosting the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
Let's just go on Madden. And I'm not going to have any part in this, so it may look like I'm trying to stack the deck against the Seahawks, but I'm not trying to do that. And we're not going to be watching the whole game. That would take us forever. Just absolutely heartbreaking. I honestly thought Green Bay had a chance.
Yeah. Honestly did too.
$20 to 7, 20. Well, the Seahawks are making this a game. And as expected, the San Francisco 49ers are going to be moving on to the divisional round. All right. But we don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come back. So, as Madden predicted, San Francisco would win 29-21. And the Seahawks' improbable playoff run ends right before it gets started. So, what would be the next game?
Chargers, Jaguars. The two Saturday games. We're doing the two Saturday games right now.
All right, so I'm guessing the Jaguars are going to go one and done. As much as I don't want to admit it, I don't see the Jaguars beating the Chargers. As much as I want to state how good this team is and how consistent the Jaguars have been. It's been a roller coaster of a ride.
Yep.
And it's most likely going to end up with a early exit by the Jaguars. And it's a 8:15 game, so over clear. And I'm not going to be playing this game even though if it's a game at the end of the third quarter. Okay, Jacksonville Chargers. And the Chargers are moving on.
Oh,
34-31.
oh, so close.
Oh boy. What would be the next one?
I believe Dolphins Bills. Yep, Dolphins Bills. It's the first Sunday game in Buffalo. A new game.
I'm not even going to worry about the weather. Miami pulling the upset so far. And I spoke too soon. And the Bills are moving on, 28-20. What would be the next one?
Giants Vikings.
It's Madden NFL 23, and it fits.
Sorry if this isn't a more upbeat video. Both me and Andrew are in shock of what we just witnessed. And the Giants are moving on. What's next?
Ravens Bengals in Cincinnati.
Are you able to see my screen and all, Andrew?
Yeah, I can see it.
And then what was the game after that?
In the final game of Wild Card Weekend is Dallas Tampa Bay
It's the National Football League on
in
EA
Tampa.
Sports. And coming up, it'll be
4
Dallas
versus
football
5.
and AFC North rival.
Okay, so the Bengals will be getting the ball first.
So
34-14, Baltimore wins.
this Baltimore victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched this
The
shutout. Yeah, big
6
time.
seed
This
beats
team has
3
really
seed.
pushed. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points in the game? No.
Wow.
What a second half the
And then
adjustment was
Dallas
in
at
the
Tampa
locker room.
Bay.
It certainly worked. It certainly.
Yep.
I don't know who I would pick in this scenario. I hate Dallas, so I'm picking Tampa. And of course the game wants Tom Brady to win.
So Tampa Bay
29-24, Bucks win.
victory, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game. And this is very unusual because you know all teams
Okay,
succeed when
so
teams win.
what would be
But
our
you end up
seeding?
winning ball games. So when you get
The
something that goes
49ers are
against
the
the grain of
2.
what we saw here, it's going to be
Giants
ugly.
are the
Now the fans
5.
will be very
And the
happy that they
Bucks
pulled this
4.
off, but they do know that in the future they got to
So
work on taking care of the football because
be
this won't happen very often.
Philadelphia and the Giants. Be Philadelphia and the Giants and 49ers and Tampa. Because the number 1 seed gets the lowest seed available, which would be the 5, which is the Giants. Oh, Giants are 6. Yeah. Giants are the 6.
So
Yeah.
in this case, it would be Baltimore versus Kansas City.
And it'd be Baltimore and Kansas City. and
Buffalo hosting the
Buffalo,
Chargers.
Buffalo Chargers in Buffalo.
Sadly, Jaguars go one and done like I thought they were. Okay, let's get these 2 fucking rounds done. Baltimore, Kansas City. What is with this game favoring the fucking Ravens? 34-32 Baltimore.
It was 35-32.
Deficit, no touchdown though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close. Yeah, I think hope was wearing one jersey and worry was
Wow, the number 1 seed goes down. At least it's not Kansas City in the AFC Championship game.
but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great.
Let's get the AFC side of things done first. Then it would be Chargers, Bills.
In Buffalo.
Let's go Buffalo. You got to be at least happy for Jacksonville. They made the playoffs when nobody expected them to.
Yep. The way the year started for Jacksonville, it didn't look like it was gonna happen. But somehow they turned it around in the AFC South champion.
Are you fucking kidding? The Chargers win again. Wow,
The top teams are gone. Chargers, Ravens in the AFC Championship, and the Chargers would be the first seed. It would be in Los Angeles.
Alright, Baltimore. What fucking undeserving team is gonna go to the fucking Super Bowl? The LA Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. I swear to God, if the Chargers go all the way in this simulation, at least we don't have to deal with fucking Dallas. Fuck Dallas. But now we gotta deal with Tom fucking Brady again. Shit. I accidentally hit to fucking didn't hit Super Sim, so.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Here are the Chargers.
Yep, Chargers are going to the Super Bowl.
Opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way.
17-13 Chargers.
And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
I hope to God it's not LA versus Tampa Bay. Madden does not like. Madden must like the Chargers. But now it's the Giants at the Eagles. I'm going the upset this route.
Really?
I think the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. I just feel like the Giants are going to upset. Because chaos. Nope, Eagles are going to the NFC Championship game. 20-17.
Big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway,
That was a lot closer than I anticipated.
sails, and they just couldn't get.
Now it's
Yeah.
time for the fucking slobber knocker. Tampa Bay gonna get smacked around by the San Francisco 49ers. So the NFC Championship game still goes through Philadelphia.
Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And if it's
Fucking Niners, please eliminate the fucking Buccaneers. I swear to God. Oh, that game went into OT, and the San Francisco 49ers are going to the NFC Championship game.
Getting the victory and now
One and two seeds in the NFC title game.
with smiles on
So it'll be the Eagles, Niners in Philly.
It's location, location, location. To be in a
The rookie Brock Purdy taking him to a chance at an NFC championship.
I honestly don't know who to pick. Like, seriously, I don't know who to pick, Andrew.
Me either. Is the rookie gonna take the Niners to a Super Bowl?
And be the first rookie to do so. Is it going to be a battle for fucking California? And the San Francisco 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
In this simulation. It's going to be the Niners and Chargers in Phoenix. Super. As the Super Bowl's in Glendale.
I don't
With
know.
the Niners being the home team.
So it's the battle for California that is taking place in the arena of Arizona. Who knows? Maybe the Niners have their franchise quarterback in Brock Purdy. And here's the deal. We are going to be doing this in the Super Bowl, obviously, but we're going to be watching the fourth quarter, if it's not a blowout. Super Bowl.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bolts and the 49ers, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff, and this should be an epic one here. It's going to be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gunn alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at these LA Chargers, champions of the AFC, making just their second Super Bowl appearance. And first, of course, since the move back to Los Angeles. And coincidentally, trying to be the second consecutive LA team to win a title.
And they are certainly hoping that this game works out better than their first Super Bowl appearance. A 23-point loss to San Francisco in Super Bowl.
Oh, this is a rematch in the Super Bowl of the last Chargers Super Bowl.
Franchise history. One of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era, no doubt. They look to claim their
Chargers, Niners. I got to see what Super Bowl that was.
And they've been really close in recent years. They were in this game just 3 seasons ago. Super Bowl 54 in Miami. Had the lead in the fourth quarter against Kansas City, but watched it slip away. And how about last year? Lost a fourth quarter lead to the Rams in the NFC title.
Super Bowl 29.
The hype and the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their...
Next quarter. (24-17) at the half. And now
Ooh.
27-24 Chargers on top of the San Francisco 49ers, and we are watching the final quarter. Oh, they have to punt.
Here's J.K. Scott now. They'll boot it away from about
Oh,
35.
shit.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
All right, Brock Purdy. Let's see what he can do. He led this team to a Super Bowl. The first rookie to ever do that.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 90 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another
The
first
Chargers
and 10.
nursing a 3-point lead. Can they? Or a 4-point lead.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
First down, George Kittle.
Man is Kittle, and he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Brock Purdy is like leading this team. Okay, Purdy.
To throw again. Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
You still there, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm still here.
2nd down and 3. Purdy. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
There's Deebo Samuel,
And he gets it.
Mr. Do-It-All. Okay, let's go here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sim it to the 2-minute warning.
Team good enough for a first down.
This has been
Okay, 31-27. Oh my God, Brock Purdy made history.
And to the Super Bowl champions, they
The
etched their
first
name
rookie
in
to win a Super Bowl.
NFL immortality.
In his rookie year.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. That actually gave me chills just to hear you say that because immortality for
If this
everyone.
actually happens and Brock Purdy makes history,
You'll see this team, you'll see their picture.
I think the fans of San Francisco are going to forget about Trey Lance.
Incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Well, there you have it, guys. What Madden has predicted. The San Francisco 49ers defeat the Los Angeles Chargers to win the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah, just wow.
That's so weird. That is so weird to say.
Yeah. It's just so weird.
Like
That's weird.
what the hell? Why is Madden picking the San Francisco 49ers to win the Super Bowl this year with a rookie quarterback nonetheless?
I
Well, we knew the 49ers were dangerous. I just didn't expect them to be that dangerous to win the whole fucking thing.
yeah.
Who would have thought just the addition of Christian McCaffrey would have changed the trajectory of the 49ers organization? Who would have thought? God damn it.
We're gonna be the face of. It turned out not to be.
Sorry about the rumbling. I'm just fixing something. But honestly, what the hell? That's a Super Bowl I did not expect to see.
The
You
battle.
But the fact that Jacksonville made the playoffs after starting 3-7 and going 6-1 in that final stretch, you gotta hand it to Jacksonville. That is something worthy of praise.
Yeah, it is something very worthy of praise.
Something very few teams have been able to accomplish. Only
Huge
the
turnaround. Tumultuous 3-14 season in 2021 under Urban Meyer. That was just tumultuous.
like
And bringing Doug Peterson this season, turn this team around big time.
yeah, and when the Jaguars needed a head coach that actually could elevate the Jaguars. Elevate. That's the thing you need to take into consideration.
He elevated Trevor
Peterson.
Lawrence to play like a number one overall pick.
Yeah, Doug Peterson. I was sketchy on the hire of Doug Peterson to start the season. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Like, oh crap.
Who was a quarterback in his playing days.
Yeah, for the green and gold.
Was a glorified backup.
Yeah, glorified backup, and like, I just didn't expect this turnaround.
Specifically in the first year. Well, let's see what the future holds in the real life playoffs for Jacksonville.
Let's see what the future holds for Duval.
The Duval County.
Like the 99 Jacksonville, or the 95 and 96 Jacksonville Jaguars, let's get to the AFC Championship game and rewrite history. The narrative that we can get to the AFC Championship game, but we normally lose. Let's change that narrative.
Let's get Jacksonville to their first Super Bowl.
And hopefully get their first Super Bowl appearance and also their first Super Bowl championship. I believe that Trevor Lawrence can do it this year Nobody.
Because he's done it in the college game. He's won it all. Now it's time for him to win it all in the big leagues.
Yeah, only his second year in the league, and he's already in the playoffs. Think about that for a second. A number 1 overall pick had a rookie head coach that almost ruined Trevor Lawrence. You can't deny that. Like Urban Meyer nearly
You can't
destroyed,
deny that. He just
almost
ruined him
almost
completely.
destroyed our franchise quarterback. But Doug Peterson, coming into his first year as Jaguars head coach, to come in and change the culture on a dime like that, that is something that very few coaches are able to do. Bill Belichick hasn't even done that. From worst
Nope.
to first.
Bill Belichick was pretty much in the playoffs like every single year he was head coach almost. Except maybe a few times, like 3 or 4 times.
Because of injury to Tom Brady or other things. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Did the Patriots get knocked out this week for playoff contention?
Yes, with the loss to Buffalo and the Miami win over the Jets.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the regular season? Anything you want to say, like, to the fan bases that didn't make the playoffs this year, including the Packers? From a Packers point of view, what does this mean for the future?
Said get your teams better in the get your teams better in the draft, and get ready for next season. And most likely this will be Jordan Love's time in Green Bay for years to come. Because the Rodgers era is officially done in Green Bay.
Even though that the announcement has not been made yet, I honestly think that this
is not been official. But to Packers fans, most likely this will be the final time you see Aaron Rodgers
wearing the green and gold
up in a football uniform. Same at Randall Cobb.
Let me see. Looking on YouTube to see if there's a video about this. Just miscues. That's all I have to say. Miscues.
The fumble on the Detroit side of the field. Aaron Jones fumble. Quay Walker incident. Those are the two turning points. If Aaron Jones would not have fumbled that ball, I think we would have went down the field and scored another touchdown.
Okay, Michael Irvin really just became a Green Bay enemy.
Why is that?
Michael Irvin has just stated that it's time for the Packers to fire Matt LaFleur.
This is not a fireable offense. I'm sorry.
The Packers came into this game very weak. Even though they beat up on the Minnesota Vikings, the Vikings, they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. Absolutely
They're
nothing.
They're going to be like they always have been.
The Minnesota Chokers.
Yep. Damn right.
Even though they made the playoffs, they have skidded into the playoffs.
They got lucky. If we were 100% through the entire season, it would have been a whole different story.
It's honestly a soul-crushing loss, and even Jaguar fans that I have talked to, like, a couple minutes before we started this episode, like, they are even in shock that Rodgers is not making the playoffs. This is absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, Quay Walker, even though he is a rookie, he should be cut or put to the practice squad. This was an important game for the Packers. They needed to win this game in order for them to make the playoffs. And if there is anything, there are two people to blame for this, or actually three. Three people to blame. Aaron Rodgers for that costly interception. Quay Walker for that unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty of pushing a training staff official of the Detroit Lions. And also Rasul Douglas with that costly, unnecessary roughness penalty.
That was on a field goal attempt. That was to end the half.
That was to
End
end
of
the
first
half.
If he would not have touched that ball, I think Detroit would have missed it anyway. Because the ball was wobbly to begin with.
Yeah. But in all fairness, congratulations to the Detroit Lions for knocking the Packers out of the playoffs. You guys finished the year with a 9-8 record, but just missed out on the playoffs because of the Seattle Seahawks. My final thoughts is, if this is the final spot day we see Aaron Rodgers in the green and gold, he had a one hell of a career. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
But can Jacksonville do the unthinkable? What are the chances of Jacksonville winning 3 straight games to get to their very first Super Bowl in franchise history?
For a second-year quarterback who has won a national championship in college, do the unthinkable and go to the Super Bowl and win it
In his first year of playoff contention.
in his first year in the playoffs.
I mean, this is a pivotal point in Jaguars lore. This is, honestly, that 2017 season, that was a good season and all, but I felt like this season felt different. We started off 2-6. And we went 6-2.
Went 7-2 since.
7-2 to finish the year. And honestly, during that final couple minutes of that Titans game on Saturday night, I was on the phone with you, and I was absolutely hyperventilating. I was absolutely near to the point of tears.
Yeah.
That just goes to show this team can make some noise in the playoffs. They can.
Oh, yeah.
That was a de facto playoff game.
Yep.
But when we take a look at what this season has become for both the Jaguars and the Packers, it's a tale of as I said earlier on in the episode, it's been a tale of two different seasons. Similar in some ways, but also very, very different. On the Packers side of things, they had a Hall of Fame quarterback that was de facto on his last ride, even though that he still has 1 year left on his contract. I don't think he wants to come back and just to be eliminated again in the playoffs. I think this was the gunslinger's final chance, his final snap as a Packer.
I think this was his swan song.
And it's kind of fitting that both the two previous the Rodgers and Favre, if this is Rodgers' last game as a Packer,
both
Brett Favre.
On interceptions.
Yep, their careers with the Packers end on an interception. That would be very ironic, but also heartbreaking.
Yes.
I believe that the Packers took the Lions lightly. They said, we'll just come back, but Rodgers wasn't able to bail the team out. And once the people on the broadcast said that Rodgers was banged up, that just said, "Oh God, this is not good."
I banged his thumb again.
Yeah, this is
His thumb was perfect. His thumb was fine. Sling the ball every which way. Ever since he banged the thumb again, he struggled with the passes again. Overthrown. So on and so forth. But as a Packer fan, I think it's time for Jordan Love to take the reins and bring them back to the promised land.
But you also have to feel a little bit disappointed in Aaron Rodgers. He's been carrying this team for almost 20 years, and he only has one Super Bowl to show for it.
Like, Favre was here in Green Bay for 16 years, and he also only won one Super Bowl.
Here's the main difference between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Brett Favre carried the Packers to 2 straight Super Bowls, beating New England in the first matchup, and then losing to the John Elway-led Denver Broncos in the second matchup.
Yep.
Rodgers did not follow up that historic and magical season in 2011.
The 2010 season.
So
I think
they did follow up with a good season the following after, but then they just...
I think Green Bay went 15-1 in 2011.
Their only loss coming to the Kansas City Chiefs.
And we were 1 and done against the San Francisco 49ers.
With Colin Kaepernick at the helm.
At the helm for San Francisco, we got beat in Lambeau.
This was something that I've been fearing ever since the season started. I knew that the Lions came in with a different attitude. Even though they started 1-6, they finished incredibly strong to finish out the year.
8-2 finished out the year. Wait. Yeah, 8-2. After starting out 1-6.
And they
8-2.
When was the last time the Packers got swept by the Lions?
Very long time.
The Lions swept us for the first time since 2018.
Oh. That was when Stafford was leading the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. We had a 4-game losing streak against the Lions. And then the Packers followed it up with a 5-game win streak against the Lions. And then the Lions are on a 3-game win streak against the Packers. Tides are changing in the NFC North. I think the Packers are going to be missing the playoffs again next season. But the biggest streak, the Packers have owned the Lions. Absolutely owned them.
In the season, in the
Regular
overall series, all-time series.
Since 2000, they have lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. Since 2000, the Packers have only lost to the Lions 13 times.
Oh,
Times are changing. I don't think the Lions are a pushover anymore.
no.
As a Packer and Jaguar fan, this is something I've feared. The doormat
They,
Detroit Lions getting rid of the doormat name and now making the Packers their doormat.
now the Bears are the doormat of the division.
Yeah.
We know the Bears have a franchise quarterback. They're just not ready as a team yet to be relevant.
But seriously, might be the last year of the Packers dominating the Lions or dominating the division entirely. Who
I think
knows
it's good.
who
I
knows
think
who
it's
the
good.
Bears are going to
I think
select number 1
it's
overall?
I think it's going to be a three-way dance for the division for years to come.
With the Packers not getting in.
No, with the Bears not getting in.
The Bears have the number 1 overall pick this season. Upcoming draft. You don't know what the draft can entail.
We all know they will. We all know they will not be drafting a quarterback. Obviously, they have their franchise quarterback in Fields. He just needs the right uh, team around him and the defense to play well. In my opinion, their first overall pick will probably be on defense. Most likely.
Or kick it to the Packers and draft a receiver in the first round.
I think we're going to be picking in about the top 15.
Your guys are projected to select 18th overall.
Yeah.
Just wow. But we've had this episode go on long enough. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Jags Pack Podcast. This is something a little bit different than we normally do. Obviously a heartbreak, just to close things out, obviously a heartbreaking way to end the season for the green and gold. This is...
But things are looking up in Duval County.
Yep. A true test of things to come. Trevor Lawrence is our franchise quarterback. Let's just hope on Saturday night next week that we can get a much-needed wild card win and make our way to either Buffalo. No. Yeah, to either Buffalo or Kansas City or Cincinnati. I want KC. AFC Championship game.
You're going to have the 7, 6, and 7 and 6 teams lose for that to happen to get Kansas City.
7 and 6. That would mean the Chiefs would have to face
The 7 and 6 teams would have to be eliminated.
Yeah, then the 4 seed would face the 1 seed. Then the 2 seed would face the 3 seed. In a neutral site.
No, that's only the AFC Championship game. Is neutral site.
So only if Kansas City gets to the AFC Championship game?
If it's Chiefs Bills or Chiefs Bengals, it's neutral site.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, this video has gone on long enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week where we either A, are up in unison for the Jaguars defeating the Chargers, or I'm going to be a sobbering mess if the Jaguars lose to the Los Angeles Chargers. But yeah, have a good night, guys, and take care of yourselves. But don't forget, Go Pack Go, even though they are not in the playoffs. But I need one thing from you, Andrew, and one thing only. You know exactly what I am asking for. 1, 2, 3.
Duval.
Duval! Have a good night, guys.